Hi Flosstube, it's Sam. Welcome to my channel, Stitch Again Sam. This is episode number 13 and today is March 1st, 2022. So I'm going to start today just kind of jumping right into the cross stitch part of this, and then we'll see how long that takes to get through, and then maybe have a little chat at the end if there's time. We'll see. So I have a lot of finishes to share today. I think it really was just a matter of having like things just sort of ending at the same time. It's not that I really had any more time to stitch. It kind of all worked out that way. So we're going to start with the finishes. And the first one that I'm going to show you is Colors of Winter, which is an Emma Congdon pattern. This one is available on her Etsy shop, which is Stitchrovia. It was also in a past issue of Cross Stitcher magazine. That's actually where I was using the pattern from. So this is the first one of these I've actually finished. I have summer, a pretty good start on summer, but I'm thinking I'm going to start spring, but I may have something that's going to bump that we'll talk about when we go through purchases. But very happy with that. So now I have to really think about how I really want to finish these, and I may just wait until they're all done to make a decision about that, because I do think I want to do something where Ginger's tail is joining us today. Where are you going? Huh? Where are you going? Okay, anyway. I do want to do something where I can like switch these out. I don't plan on having them all displayed at the same time. So I just need to figure that part out. So that is finish number one. Let's see, I'm going to do this one next. Finish two is my Through the Storms pattern. Oh, I don't know if I have anything to put behind this. Let's try this. Yeah, Through the Storms, which is a Silver Creek pattern. And this is one that I did. My husband and I are celebrating our 30th wedding anniversary this year. So this is sort of in honor of that. And my goal was to have this done by September. So like, kind of killed the goal. I was waiting on a few colors of floss. So those finally arrived and I was able to finish that up. So I had to kind of plan out the bottom part to get. This is like obviously this current year, and then that is our wedding date, and our initials in there. So love it. I'm considering, this is one I might consider having professionally framed, but I feel like the ones I've done myself turned out kind of okay, but it's a matter of finding the right size frame. And I know there's a few sources of being able to order like custom size frames online. So maybe we'll try that first and see how it goes. And if it's not good, then we'll take it somewhere else. But I want this one to be framed well and nicely. So that is done. And then let's see, I think I have one more. So my last finish, this is a WIPGO piece for February. My two WIPGO goals for February were working on my Be Kind to All Things That Live pattern, which I did that like at the beginning of February, and I hadn't worked on it since my last video, so I'm not gonna share that one today. And then my other number was pulling another string pattern from Lizzie Kate. And I was sort of debating what I was gonna do with that. So I decided to do kitty string. So Ginger, we're doing kitty string. I'm gonna try to, I don't really have anything long enough to get that hole. I'll try to block that light. I don't know. You get the gist. So that is kitty string. I did this on, okay, so the fabric I did this on, I have to do a little bit of research, because when I purchased this at one of my local LNSs, I think the person that was helping me was newer, and it was fine. She did a great job. But when she wrote on this, all she wrote was fennel seed. And so I don't know who actually like makes this fabric, but I don't know if you can even, let's see if I put this behind it, if you can see it. Oh, if I tilt it, do you see? Those are hoop marks, and you guys, I cannot get them out. like I've ironed this thing and I cannot, and it's almost like, it's not that it's a dent or like a wrinkle in the fabric. It's like the fabric looks lighter where it is. And so I don't know what to do to get rid of it. I might try just washing it. I also know that like the way I intend to finish this, I think when I get to that point, like if I fold it there, you're not really going to see it basically. So I may not worry about it a whole lot for this particular piece, but I kind of want to homemade that fabric because I don't want to buy it again. Because I like stitching with a hoop and I don't want to change that for any reason. But I certainly don't like these marks. And if it were a bigger piece where you were really going to see those, I would be pretty sad. And I had thought about, and I might have mentioned it, if I mentioned this before, like of changing the color. This is the called for colors. It's all the called for DMC colors, or like, I think the called for colors are not DMC, but they give you the equivalents, and that's what I used. I thought about changing that to gray so it would look more like ginger. Okay, she's just licking herself over there. But I kind of wasn't sure how that would look on this fabric and with everything else. So I just decided to keep it with the orange. And I think in my mind, I'm making it sort of a funny thing because our neighborhood kids name the cat Ginger. And so I think that every time we go to like a vet or anywhere where you're giving them the pet name and you say, I have a cat named Ginger, that they assume it's going to be an orange tabby cat like that. Maybe not, I don't know, but that's what I think. And so I'm always like, but she's gray. And so it's kind of like if Ginger really were orange, that would be Ginger. Okay, I don't know, whatever. I talked myself into not changing it because I didn't want to be unhappy with it. So that's done. So those are my three finishes, recent finishes. So as far as whips are concerned, right now, well, okay, that's not really true. I have a couple that I've worked on. One is one that you've seen before, and it is the Hands-On Design Let's Talk Winter pattern, which I am doing on navy fabric. And so we did, oh geez, that's bad. Okay. So we did make, I always say I made some pretty good progress on this one. I do, if you're noticing this, I messed up. I miscounted there. I had to pull some stitches and it was white, so I need to get some tape or something there to get the fuzz out. But I've actually run out of that color floss, so I need to get another skein to continue. But I'm probably gonna, I might just stop. Like I might set this one aside until next winter to work on it again. I am considering doing more of these seasons if I can do them like not on black and do them on colors that work. So we're considering it. I love the seasonal stitches. It's kind of my thing. Okay, so that is that whip. And then I have a few, I just worked on these the other day. So I'm working on these Crochet A Go-Go patterns. They're monthly, they come in sets of 4 for the whole year patterns. And these are on my WIPGO board too, but there's only 5 spots. None of them have been called yet. And there's only 5 spots, but I have only 2 of them that are actually done. So I am going to try to work on these here and there. Otherwise, just to make a little bit more progress. So I went over to my mom's the other day and just brought them with me to like, it was an easy, like everything is in one bag. It was ready to go. So I just grabbed that. So I did, I had done already this month. I did those during Mania last year, but I added the carrot because he's cute. I was actually going to continue with April, but I needed a brown that for whatever reason was not in my bag. So I had to stop. So then I just picked up March. And this one I had just stitched. I either stitched the month, name, or the date on each one, depending where they were. So this one, it was the date. So that was already there, but I added this frog who, he still needs his eyeballs, but this frog and some flowers that were above him. So, and this, I don't know if I mentioned, that's March. So I still have to do January. I still have to do February. So like if maybe these get called during the months of the ones that I actually have done, I'll go back and work on some of those. I mean, it's not like there's no deadline here. Whenever they get done, they get done. But I'm very, very tempted. Okay, so this is a little jump ahead, but I'm watching the stuff that's coming out at Market. And so far, the thing that's like, I really, really want, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying not to like buy a lot of stuff. But the one I really like is the hands-on design. Like it's season 2. I forget exactly what she called it, but it's like the very small little monthly seasonal things. And I'm like, oh, I love it. Like I love it. And I love it even more than the first one because I've looked at the first one a couple times and thought about it, but there were some designs in it that I was like, meh, you know, so I'm not going to do it. This one, it's like everyone I love. And there's like in November, there are these adorably cute turkeys. I'm for sure going to buy that one. Like, let's just face it. I'm for sure going to get it. So like, I need to, I need to make progress on all these like monthly things. I don't know, better and not get like too far behind on those. But so a little bit of progress on that. And then this is a new start and a WIP. Let me get to the, hold on, I'll show you the whole thing. And this one is part of my WIPGO for spring. So I had mentioned, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you while I'm doing this. I'm trying to find, okay. So I had mentioned when I talked about how I was going to do WIPGO this year that I wanted to switch out blocks seasonally. And so this after February is kind of where I was going to switch out to spring things. So this is one of the, it's actually a March number that got pulled, but I started it early because I wanted to. And it is a Satsuma Street pattern called Sweet Spring. And so that is what he looks like when he's all done. Very much my cup of tea. And so I am going to do this. I'm pretty excited about the fabric. Like, and this is just inexpensive fabric from Hobby Lobby, I think. And I bought it. I'm going to show you just the fabric. I bought this like early on when I really started stitching. I was like, oh, it's so cute with these flowers on it. I think it's 32 count something, but I think this is going to look very cute on the flower fabric. So I've got most of that first big flower done and a carrot and a radish. Like the carrots and the radishes they're so cute. So I think in the end, I'm kind of wishing maybe I would have left more of a border because I want to make sure like that you can see those flowers around it, but I think hopefully that will be enough. So that is that start. My other pull, okay, so let's see. Finishes, WIPs. All right, so let's talk about plans. That's everything. This is going quick. Okay. The other number that got pulled for spring WIPGO, and I guess I could show you like my board. Let's see if I can get to that quickly while I'm talking. The other one that got pulled was, it was the Make-A-Wish pattern from Fat Quarter Shop from last year, which is called Serendipity. And it is, uh-oh, this is, we're in my husband's Google account. Okay. Okay, well, this might not work. Why is it not me? Okay, well, we're not gonna worry about it. Okay, so my other number that was called was Serendipity. And if you're unsure of what that looks like, it is kind of a quilt looking pattern. It was on navy fabric. It was kind of, I guess I would call it like muted colors, like kind of a sage green, white, yellow, like a lighter blue kind of color. So like the color scheme, not really necessarily my cup of tea, but I liked the pattern. And I like the idea of stitching something that looked like a quilt because I have yet to endeavor trying to quilt. But I wanted to change the colors. And so I kept like looking, like there's some other people that have done things in brighter colors, and it looked nice, but I don't know, like I couldn't decide. And then I had the epiphany, if you will, of I was sorting out all of my extra threads and leftover threads from other projects by color, because it's something I would do. And I thought, what if I just did it like almost like a crazy quilt, like where it's just, or a scrappy quilt, or I don't know. I'm sure there's the right term that quilters use for that I'm not, but if I just used the leftover threads and did each like what would have been a square or a quilt block. No, not a block. I don't know. The little pieces that make up the block. Oh my God, I'm not a quilter. Okay. Each little piece, like just sort of different colors. So it looked like a scrappy quilt is what I'm trying to say. And so I'm going to give it a try. So I'm giving myself 5 days. That's my WIPGO goal for that, to just try and see if I do something like that, what is it going to look like? So stay tuned. We'll find out together, I guess. So that is going to be my second WIPGO piece for the month of March. I will just, like when I do my next video, probably by the time that happens, the April numbers will have been called, and then I'll share with you what else is on my spring WIPGO. Now, spring WIPGO it's also going to be 2 months. So this is going to be March and April is going to be spring. Because at one time I didn't have a lot of spring patterns, but I seem to have amassed more. So we'll see what else gets called. Doesn't prohibit me from starting anything else that I might have added on there, but for now, that's how we have it. Summer is jam-packed full of stuff because I love to stitch like beach related things. So there's all kinds of stuff for summer on there. So that's WIPGO plans. I am also going to participate in the March Stitchy Madness. And if you go to my Instagram account, I'm recording this on the 1st. I don't know for sure if I will get it uploaded today. But I plan on like every other day posting a poll in my stories to vote. So like it's a Steel City Stitchers thing. So like check out their channel. They have talked all about it. I think they have a specific video talking about it. And there was a extra video showing you how to do the polls correctly in Instagram. So obviously go there for more details, but I am doing small things. Like, so the ultimate goal is, right, you're working your way, and this I do actually have printed, right? So they do have a little like bracket that you can print. And so the idea is that you work down to something and then like you actually really fully finish and FFO this. So I am doing, and their idea initially was to pit or like put a whip against a start. And like, that was sort of how the brackets would work. Mine are all new starts. But they're all kind of small and ornament wise. So today's, let me get back to where I was. So today's matchup, and so it may be too late for you to see this right now, but it is Candy Claw. It is 2 Satsuma Street Christmas patterns. Candy Claws, that guy, I'm sure you've seen him before, versus Snow Buddy. Oh my God, there's a duck outside. I think that's what he's barking. I could hear the duck. Snow Buddy. So that's today's matchup. And then we will have, somebody must actually be by the door. Sorry about that, guys. So that's like my Christmas ornament matchup. And then also by Satsuma Street, I have a couple of, these are longer ago purchases, so this might take me a second to find it. Oh no, they're right there. So hold on. Oh, they're in 2 different groups. Finn, come here, buddy. Okay, so one is going to be I think it's Creepy Crawly. I bought the set, but like it's gonna be that one versus, hold on. the owl. So this owl, this little guy. So that'll be matchup number 2, which is going to be like the Halloween matchup. And then we're going to have an Easter matchup, which is going to be, hold on a minute. Yeah, I have bought a lot of stuff, haven't I? Okay, hold on. These are more recent. I gotta get back. So one is this really cute bunny, which it's not necessarily an ornament. It's not, it's in a hoop. So, I mean, I guess you could make it an ornament, but it's this little guy. But I think I'm going to put him on perforated paper and then just trim him out and have him be a shaped ornament, because I think that'll still work. So that is my plan for him. But he's going against one which I may secretly want to win. And that is these Easter egg patterns by Cute Patterns by Maria. And Cute Patterns by Maria is a Ukrainian designer. So I think I will choose to either do the dandelions or these hyacinths, because they're kind of blue and yellow. I think that's yellow. That might be a green. I'll have to see what the actual color is, but one or the other of those. But I purchased this pattern. Okay, we'll talk more about that later, because I have a whole, this is a new purchase and there's a whole bunch of other ones. So that will be the third matchup, which is going to be Easter. And then the last one is not really ornaments, but I may have purchased, this is another purchase, okay, so the shop name is the Stitch Patterns, and you can basically, I think it was like $30, and you buy their entire shop. And they have all these really cute, like works of art patterns that, like classic works of art patterns that are made tiny. I'm trying to get to the ones I'm doing. So I'm putting Starry Night, Starry Night on that. Like, they're so tiny and cute. And I just want to put them on those little easels, because I think that will be adorable. Against Van Gogh's Sunflowers, which is a personal favorite painting of mine. It's kind of small. That one. And so that'll be number 4. So again, I think everybody knows how a bracket works, but that's how those will get kind of pitted against each other. So you vote in my stories. So feel free to hop over there and vote wherever this may land. You may have missed the first one by the time I get this posted, but hopefully it's before like the second one is happening. So that is my plans for this month and next. Sorry, I don't like that I keep looking down at this, but I don't really know how else to handle it. Okay, so let's talk about purchases. So ironically, like everything I have, so there's a lot of information about like different Ukrainian stitchers that we can help to support right now by buying some of their electronic patterns on Etsy. It felt like something I could do. Like, I mean, it does feel kind of like helpless right now. Like, it's horrible and you just like don't really know what is the right thing to do. And so I'm like, well, this is something that I can do that I know is helping someone that is there. And I'm sure as things sort of get, I don't know, organized isn't really the word I want to use, but like figured out, like there will be groups where I just want to make sure that like if I donate somewhere, it's really going to help people that are there and helping them with what they need. And I'm going to recommend, if you subscribe, or if you do or don't subscribe to D's 20 Stitches, their last video had a really good discussion. Like, they always include kind of a educational portion of the video, which is sometimes my favorite part of the video. And in this particular one, they talked about like that very thing. It's sort of like when something bad is happening and how do you respond? Like, it's really easy on social media to like repost something and go like, oh, this is a bad thing. And, whatever. I'm gonna be honest, like when I'm on social media, I'm usually there for something that is relaxing to me. Like either it's cross stitching or some kind of crafting, or it is, you know, just catching up with friends and family. And it's like one place I just don't want I don't want to have to deal with the drama. I don't want to have to like argue. I don't want, I don't know. And maybe that's wrong. And there are some floss tubers and people on Instagram that I follow that do a wonderful job of presenting their views. I mean, generally I agree with them. So it's like easy for me to say like they do it well, but they do. And so I'm like, there's already people kind of doing that. And I don't know, maybe that's like a chicken shit attitude for me to take, but it's what I do, right? I would rather say, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of patterns from Ukrainian Designers because they could use the help right now. Or here's an organization that I can donate to that I know is going to help. So anyway, my point was, if you watch the last These 20 Stitches video, they do a really good job of kind of talking about how to figure that all out. And like, how do you really get to the bottom of helping the people that need the help when something happens. And their particular like view, I mean, I think they talked a little bit about Ukraine too, but it was, you know, like trans rights is a focus issue for that channel. And so it was talking about a particular issue facing that community and like how to respond to that. And so I just thought that it was really well done and well said. Kind of, I don't know, like how I feel about that, and like trying to figure out, like, instead of just like jumping on my soapbox here and like espousing my views, like what can I actually do to help someone that's being hurt by whatever's going on? So my first step was just, I can buy some patterns from people that are in the Ukraine right now. And so I did. And so like that Patterns by Maria pattern that I showed you with the flowers was one. There's another set, and I will put links to all of these Etsy shops in the show notes. So if you're interested in them. See, now I look at these and I go, maybe I want to do one of these instead. They're little animals. They're so cute. And they're so cute. And so I'm just envisioning doing these all on perforated paper and then being able to like hang them from a twig as like a kind of Easter tree situation. So those were the two patterns I purchased from Cute Patterns by Maria, but I'm going to tell you, there's a whole bunch more that got favorited. So I may not be done, but I was trying to kind of spread the wealth a little bit. Okay. And then there is 2x2 Stitch Art is another designer, and she has a lot, well, that designer has a lot of floral patterns. So I got this, which is Vintage Violets #2. These patterns were very inexpensive. Most of people were having sales in their shops. So that was one. There's another one that is very similar. This is Vintage Pansies #1. And again, she has a lot, like, that's just pretty. That one, I particularly picked that one because of the Lilies of the Valley, because my grandmother likes Lilies of the Valley. And then this is just Colorful Flowers, same designer. And it's colorful and it's flowers and it's on white. So that was like kind of a slam dunk for me. And like literally most of these patterns were under $2. So like just crazy. And then there's this landscape cross stitch pattern, like it's a sunset. I get the feeling this one might be actually pretty small, but like it's still pretty. I hope it's small because it's full coverage. But it's pretty and I liked it. So I got that. Okay, that was all from that shop. And then Stitchy Princess, which like she's been very active on Instagram. I know there's a sale going on. I don't know that it's like specifically, like there's a pattern of hers that I think a lot of people are doing. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about like the sale thing. again, it comes down to like doing what your heart says feels like is the right thing to do in this situation. So everybody do that. But I still wanted to, there's plenty of patterns in her shop that some of these I already had. Actually, I think all 3 of these were already in my favorite. So there's a whole series of these animals. And that's the fox. This is Spring Fox, I guess is probably the name of that one. And see, I look at that and think it looks like a fall thing. I don't know that these are necessary. This is a winter one, but I don't know. Like, I looked at these and I really thought that was a fall. Then there's a winter deer. I got that one. And see, this I said spring chicken, but it's just Easter. I'm not sure. The chicken. There is a bunny. Also, the bunny wasn't my favorite one, so I just got the 3 that were my favorites. So those are my 3 that I purchased from Stitchy Princess. Then there is Patterns by S.A. Stitch. There are some absolutely gorgeous patterns in the shop. I'm a little nervous that they are, oops, there's a lot of backstitch. It looks like a lot of backstitch. And sometimes backstitch and I are not friends, but that is beautiful. So I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try. And that one is called Sea Anchor. And she has a number of different anchor patterns. Some had like flowers and different things with them. But I liked that one. And then she has all these really cute animals in sweaters. Oh my God, they're so cute. But I felt like I might be biting off more than I could chew with those. But the other pattern that I got there was, come on, this leaves, just says leaves, autumn leaves. And I know there's a lot of backstitch in there, but that is so pretty. Like, I love that. So I'm gonna try. So I got that one. I feel like there was another, oh no, you know what? There's one more shop and I will still link them. I haven't made a decision on my purchase yet though. Okay, so that's what I've gotten so far. The other shop that I added, I'll show you what's in my favorites. Maybe you can help me decide what to actually buy. Okay, so the last shop was DM cross stitch. It's like the C is capitalized, so I want to keep saying DMC cross stitch, but that's not it. Okay, so one of the patterns, and this seemed different, like not, ooh, whoa, this cute little Merry Christmas deer. So that's in the running. And then there are a whole bunch of these like Scandinavian kind of folk art looking patterns. And this one is probably my favorite. There's a small part of me that looks at this and sees a uterus. And that's what I'm trying to decide if it's too much. Because I know it's not what it's meant to look like, but it just does. But it's so pretty. And the colors are pretty and I really like it. And maybe if I did it upside down, would it not? I don't know. So there's that one. And then there's this one, which is similar. These don't seem to have like particular names. Oops. I might just stick with that one, but I like the colors on the uterus one better. So that's what I'm trying to really decide which one of those I like. I think those are the only ones I had. It narrowed down to, I should just buy them both, right? Like, who cares? Oh, this one, this is the other. You know what? That's what I might just do. These are all like $2, you guys. This was the other one. That looks like a lot of the same color, so I'm worried I might get kind of pooped out on that, but so that's one more shop that I just need to make a decision, and that was the only reason I haven't purchased yet, but I will. So, and I think there's more. I know there's been a lot of posts about that, so you know, if you want to start like looking and support, and like, I don't know, I hope that's helpful. Like, I don't know. I just at this point don't know what else to do. But yeah, so that is where we stand. We've talked about plans for March. Probably I will get a little bit less stitching done in March. Oh, wait, I have one more purchase. And so and this is not intentional, but I finally ordered, I did order from Nitka Moscow the 4, this is the Barbara Anna design. Everybody bought this a while ago, and then by the time I got on that train, it was sold out and it was back in stock. Literally, it arrived today. So there's not much else I can really, like, although, like, probably you've seen this, but like their threads, look at how they, like, they're all braided and pretty, and so I'm wondering if it's braided, can I still pull a single thread out of there? Like, I'm gonna try, but will that help it not be such a, like, bedhead mess of thread? I don't know. So that came, I like the fabric, I think is just a good, you know, basic. I'm not sure what the count was on this, but it looks just like the same thing I'm using for my Crochet A Go Go pieces, right? I think it is, which is like Belfast natural linen. So I think that's probably what came with it. And then the patterns obviously are in there. So that also arrived. This is the thing that I'm very tempted to sort of bump working on the next Emma Congdon squares pattern to do one of these, because I kind of really want to. There's a lot. I've bought a lot. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so that is, yep, that's the last purchase. That's everything. So that is it. Again, I'm going to recommend, if you have not watched These 20 Stitches most recent video, that you go give it a watch. And just, you know, again, I like to be educated. And so I like that. I like the approach that they take on that channel of being educational. So anyway, which does kind of remind me that I have fallen off the wagon on my charity spotlights. So we'll just say for now, it's like, let's focus on helping our Ukrainian designers, and maybe by my next video, I'll have kind of sussed out like what's a good other alternative method of supporting the Ukraine right now. The city I grew up in has a pretty like significant Ukrainian population, and so I know there's a lot of churches there, and so I'm kind of thinking that might be a source of finding out like more direct means of support to help people. But again, I don't know. But I'm gonna try. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I hope that I don't know what I hope everyone is well, but I know everyone's not well. So I hope everyone is staying safe and finding time to stitch and enjoying the hobby that we all love. I don't know. I guess that's all I have to say. It's always so hard to end these things. I struggle. But I will see you again probably in 2 to 3 weeks. Again, check my stories on Instagram to vote for the March Stitchy Madness. And we will probably, by the time you next see me, I mean, for sure we'll know who the winner is by then, but maybe it'll even be done. So, all right. I will see you again soon. Thanks for coming by. Bye.